So if you want to replace your rear deck Mustang speakers, that can be a little bit difficult for a number of reasons. But what I did was I got the Infinity 6.5, like the reference, pretty basic model speakers, but obviously superior to the stock ones. And they actually come with this bracket, this mounting bracket right here. And I went ahead and I fastened the speaker to the mounting bracket with these little nut and bolt, this little nut and bolt combo that I got at Lowe's. And using those nut and bolts and using this bracket, you're able to drop it in and it fits in flush. But I'm not able to get a screw into this piece. And actually, when you get this stock, like when you buy these speakers from Infinity, this is actually going to be longer than it is. I already cut it down. You can see I cut both of them down. Not the best cutting job ever. I did it kind of quick, but I just cut it because it sticks out and it doesn't allow the speakers to sit flush. So if you cut it back like I did, then it will sit flush, but I still can't get the screw in. So I noticed looking in through the rear window that the screw hole kind of sits a little bit back, a little bit to the right. So what I'm gonna do with the Dremel, I bought these Dremel bits on Amazon, and they're the A-Poro carving bits, so they're for carving. And I bought this Win Dremel on eBay as well. I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm not gonna take the speakers back apart, which honestly probably I should, but I don't want to. I'm gonna try to carve back here and open this up, and the same on the other side. And then I'm thinking I should be able to get all 3 screws down. So when I do get a sub in there, it's not gonna be rattling this around. I want a really nice solid connection. So that only took a couple minutes. This is the one that I have on the right. Like when you're looking at the front of the car, looking down, this one goes on the right. And I noticed that the hole was a little bit to the right, down and to the right. So I kind of wanted just to open it up and kind of give it a little bit on the right side. And you can see that's what I did. So a little bit crude, not gonna lie, but that was just a couple minutes of work. The bit cut very, very, very easily. And as far as a cheap Dremel goes, I would say this is probably okay. A little bit too much off-centered here, but what are you gonna expect from like a $20 Dremel? I'd say this is a lot better than the Hyper Tough one that I had purchased previously. I like this one, even though it's cheap. It is cheap. It's not a real precision Dremel. And you do want precision from a Dremel, right? But it's okay. And this one, kind of the same thing. So I am actually gonna open this up a little bit more right here. I just decided. Because this one's gonna be on the left. And I noticed that the hole was a little bit more back than to the right, maybe just slightly to the right. So I'm gonna open up just a little bit. I'm gonna try to pop them in. So I got the rear speakers in, and so the reason why I did it like this is because when you buy these speakers, like if you buy them from Crutchfield, it comes with an adapter, a 6.5-inch adapter, for either for Mustangs or for Fords. I think it's for Fords. And it raises the speaker a lot, and it just doesn't really fit with the carpet. So these adapters that came with the Infinities, they worked really well. They just needed that cut on the back and then dremeling on the back piece. And make sure that you put the back piece in the back, in my opinion. And then also when you do it, you're gonna wanna just hold the bolt with 2 fingers with the threads coming down, and you're just gonna have to get in there and just kinda get it in. Just let it go in nice and slow, and then you can tighten it with your fingers. And don't tighten it all the way. You're not gonna be able to tighten it all the way with your fingers anyways, but get it down as far as possible with your fingers, and then go ahead and tighten these front ones up. And then go back and tighten the back one. And the reason why you're gonna wanna tighten that one last is because that one has the most play. Hopefully that makes sense. So these are the fast rings I installed from Roadkill, and I had to cut them. You can see it's a little bit rough again. I'm going a little bit quick, but I think they're gonna do the job because I think they're gonna get smashed down. I think they're a little bit taller than they need to be right now. And so I'm hoping that these are gonna help direct the sound up through the carpet. I went through all of this on a different video, but these holes already exist in this like formed, like semi-hard, I guess carpet board material that sits on the rear. These holes are already here, all these holes, but there's no holes in the carpet on the top. So what I did was actually, I drilled out all these holes, all of them. So I'm hoping that the roadkill is just gonna smash up against this, kind of seal it. And those holes are gonna allow the sound to come through. So if I hold it up, you can see, not bad. It only took me like 45 minutes. And I think it's not that noticeable, like when you look from like there. It's pretty cool. So hopefully it all works out. And then also, when I removed it the first time, I had some of these things, like this one and this one, like some of these came off. You can just use some industrial adhesive, like I think I bought it at Lowe's or Home Depot, and just put them back in place. And they're probably in place better than they were when I bought the car. They're not really, naturally, they're not necessarily glued super good. That's one that never came off. And this is the one that I have glued on. Definitely seems like it's on better now. Go ahead and put this on.